Now, before I get into the actual point of this video, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going completely off script. I am gonna struggle with words and struggle with gathering my thoughts. So just so you know, I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about today. So as you can see, I'm trying to work on some noses and how I would simplify them, because again, I do not want to draw realistically. So I'm finding a way that I can, try to do more cartoony way of drawing noses, and later in the video I will also be trying to do the Loomis method, which I love the Loomis method, but I have problems placing the facial features to the Loomis method because again, I like to draw cartoonly and Loomis method is made for an actual human face and proportions. So I just need to do some studies and experiment so I can find out how I can stylize the Loomis method, because again, I really like it and it helps me a lot with making faces in different angles, but I can't for the life of me place the facial features so that they make sense. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot draw cartoon faces with the Loomis method, because I have seen multiple artists do that, and I actually found a tutorial about that as well. And I've been maybe kind of binging that for a couple of days, trying to get all the information I can, so when I actually try to do it myself, I have some sort of idea what I'm doing. I did mention in my last video that I wanted to do my persona in 3 parts, and the last video was the first part, which was the foundation, the character sheet, all that stuff, and the second part was supposed to be poses and expressions, and the third part was supposed to be me making talking sprites of my set persona for myself. Now, I'm not abandoning those video ideas, but I did run into a bit of a problem after that first video, and that was me coming to the terms with the fact that my critical eye is improving faster than my technical skill, and this was also backed by my friend who has been drawing since he has been able to hold a pencil. So while that's a good thing, it's also frustrating. And I figured that I shouldn't focus on bigger pieces or bigger projects while my technical skill is trying to catch up, because that is a quick way to get annoyed and frustrated and want to stop learning art. So instead, I'm doing what you see here. I'm doing studies, and I also do some doodles off camera that I don't want to post, because doodles are supposed to be something that you do when your brain is turned off, so you can just express yourself or just have a little bit of fun artistically. So those are something I'm not gonna post. If I do something between the persona videos, it's gonna be studies that I film. I'm not gonna film my doodles because, again, I want those to be personal to me, to have a little bit of an outlet during this time that is frustrating. So because of that said, critical eye improving faster than my technical skill, I decided to focus more on world building, again off camera, because again, I want to draw my characters, but they need to have a world that they exist in. So while I do studies and doodle for myself, I also focus more on world building for myself, because that is something that you necessarily don't need art for right away. I'm also working on a bigger project that it's probably not gonna be even this year, maybe not, but it's a bigger project that involves me and my boyfriend's parents, because we had an idea that it would be nice to draw our parents in a fantasy setting. The reason I love this idea is because we are taking something that's important to both of us, which is tabletop role-playing games, and taking our parents into it. Some more willing than others. My dad is not really big on fantasy. he likes logical things and science-based things and such. But I was really happy to see that he was actually willing to do this, because we posted a poll on our private personal WhatsApp chat, and we asked if they would be willing to fill out a form telling us what they would like to do in a fantasy setting, and they did. And I'm actually surprised that my dad actually filled out form. So it's just a nice way to include our parents in something that we love. And I'm gonna share with you the things that we asked them. Don't worry, no personal information or names will be shared, just the questions that we asked. So the things that we asked were, what would they like to do in a fight? Do they want to be a human? Or do they want to be some sort of mechanical construct? Maybe they want to be based on some sort of animal, or maybe they want to be a different type of humanoid, like a dwarf, a halfling, something along those lines. And to my surprise, both my boyfriend's dad and my mom wanted to be based on an animal. And for some reason I was not expecting that. But we have already started the design process with my boyfriend, and we are having so much fun. He's more of the statistical side, so he's, oh, this would make sense, oh, this would make sense. And I'm just nodding my head, yes, this would make sense. Also, what should they look like? But we are still in the design process, so I cannot really share too much about it because nothing big has really happened yet. So when that project becomes more time sensitive, or we have more ideas about that, I will do a video about it, because for some reason this makes me unreasonably happy being able to share something like this with our parents, even though I'm not yet the most technically skilled artist. I do want to continue trying to draw and improve myself, and being able to take our parents into that is so lovely. I cannot wait till this project becomes reality, because it also forces me to draw some things that I probably never would. Without going into too much detail, one of our parents' characters will probably have some sort of construct, and construct usually means that I have to draw some sort of mechanical thing. And also, when we are speaking about tabletop role-playing games, our armor is a thing. But hey, when the time comes, my suffering will be your entertainment, so I guess that's something good that comes out of it. In the meantime, I'm going to continue trying to work out cartoonish face proportions to the Loomis head, and, well, continue studying art in general, because I really enjoy it, even though this face really is not making it easy to enjoy the process. But I will continue, and like I said in some of my past videos, I'm too stubborn to quit, so whether that's good or bad thing, I think it's a good thing, because I'm learning a new skill, and when I push through, at some point I will see results. But if you are a beginner artist in the same position that I am, there are a few artists that I would recommend for tutorial purposes, and those are Popo Andonova and Sanspirational. I probably butchered that name, I'm so sorry. But anyway, those two artists specifically have been really helpful for trying to learn a more cartoonish approach to art. So if you are having problems, I would highly recommend to watch some of their tutorials. I will leave a link to both of their channels in the description, so you can go watch them. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk and listening to me ramble about my art journey struggles and my plans for the future. I am gonna take baby steps to get back into drawing actual characters. Yes, art fight is definitely a motivator here. I want to have a couple more characters. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you did, I'm very thankful, because, you know, this was just me rambling about random stuff. Thank you.